I
Yeah, I always record these and send
Okay.
them out, send out the links. I put them up on YouTube and give them a private link, but forgot all about that. Sorry.
That's all right.
All right, so all right, so now on the survey menu under the deed tools, this deed correlation. And so let's give it this a new file. I'll call it JVH prop for your properties. And we're going to just add these point pairs, and we're going to add my survey point, which was 1009, is to be 9.
Okay.
And we just keep going down the line. 10 was 10. And that was
72.
70.
1072 to 72.
Yeah. 2. And then 74.
73.
73.
And then 122 and 123.
All right, so whoops. Locked up my whole computer. 122. I said locked up. I don't mean processing wise. It locked it into password lockout. I hit some kind of weird combination. All right. And we're going to go deed to survey. So that's all good. So we'll save that point, and you could do your reports, etc., or find the minimum alignment. So it wants you to hold 72 and rotate into 122. That's basically what it wants you to do. And now, also a word of caution here. You do need to run this, find minimum or check alignment, whichever way you want to do that. If you find the minimum that finds that mathematical best,
Mhm.
then when you choose apply, that will do what it does. Now, here's where you can change this now, because it's only going to take those ones that we were interested in, but we can say 1 through 999, for instance.
Okay.
So it's not going to move the points that are out here. It's only going to move all of these points in this
Yep.
coordinate file. Oh, I better not do this yet. I want to change file so you keep that file intact. Let's see here. Import, export points from the current file to export to. All right, so this will be JVH prop training. Yeah. All right, and now let's make sure we are using that file. All right, so now do our deed correlation. Bring up our find our minimum. Wait a minute. Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah, but there's no scale rotation.
right. There's, those were exactly where they were.
Yep.
It's just a pick up and move.
Yep.
All right, so once you've done that and you apply the alignment. And now, so here you're going to say 1, 2, 9, 9, 9, leaving those others where they are, but we're going to bring these along for the ride. You're going to align the screen entities. And so now, because we've erased these,
Mhm.
it's going to be easier when it says select the objects to align points excluded. So we're not going to get any of those points. We're just going to get the line work. Off it goes, 123 points it aligned. We'll go to our extents, and so there's our points that we moved, and it picked all of this stuff up and moved it. You see it's up at a slight rotation, and but those things are right exactly where those other ones were. And if you then draw locate all your points, you see they're right back along for the ride.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so even though they were not in the drawing, now if you wanted them, if you want to leave them in the drawing, you don't want to just do it like that, you could, select these things individually, or
Okay, just turn off the layer that has the points on it and then just select the lines.
no, I think you have to freeze those layers. And since those layers are the same as the boundary layers, you're going to miss the lines as well. Now,
Okay.
there is something you could do, though. You could say freeze points. Um, we'll take this. All right, so let's put these back to that, and we'll call these points deed. Yeah, so 1 through 999. All right, so there's the original points. We've still got our other ones. Oops. We still have our, oh,
Yeah, so there's, yeah, a bunch of them didn't get moved. Huh.
wait a minute, let me see if this is. No, it's not flagging that. Let's see. I just want to set it back is all I'm trying to do. See, I don't want to undo that. What happened? All right, so that's undone. Back through that. Oh, I was looking for some state plane coordinates. I'm not gonna find those. They're they're just out here. I'll leave those there. I'm going to copy merge. Import into, now coordinate pile to import from. And I'm going to say 1 through 999. Overwrite. All right, so now. That'll work. Let's draw a range. Okay, so now all of our points are back here except for the ones that we had up there. So what we could do, I'm seeing that this will work, is there's this thing called freeze points. And this is sort of a dangerous command because if you don't remember to undo it, and the way you undo it is to run the command again, which doesn't make sense. There should be a thaw points, but still, you can leave them sort of in limbo. So we're going to freeze. Well, let's just do selection set. And if we freeze these points, the points themselves will be placed on a layer temporarily, and that layer frozen. So that's now frozen. Okay. But they're still in the drawing. So now if we do our deed correlation, find the minimum and apply. And now we do this, say 1 to 999, screen and say, okay. Select our objects. Off they go. Aligned the points. And now when you run, oh, they did put thaw points in this one. Okay. All right. So that's the way to do it. You don't have to worry about putting them on a different layer. Freeze your points and then thaw the points. It used to be that no, I'm sorry. It's not that one. It's this temporary erase command. Don't do that, because if you forget to temporarily erase, they go away. You can do it. You can do things. You can isolate things differently. All right. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to get those points that we're going to try to match into that you've surveyed on the ground. Whenever you find those, put them in this drawing or in the coordinate file at least. And then you want to do that deed correlation, pair those things up as they need to go, find that minimum. And when you tell it, make sure when you do the, and I won't do it, but when you do the correlation, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. You want to make sure you choose right here which direction that your alignment that you're moving, survey to deed or deed to survey. Make sure these are correctly set. And when you do this, apply alignment down here at this checkbox right there to align screen entities. That means things that are drawn in the drawing.
Okay.
So, And then when it asks you to select, make sure you don't, and then change this to however many points you want to move, because the only points it's going to have for input at this stage are the ones that are in that correlation file. In our case, we had 6 points, but we want all of them to go based on those 6 points of analysis. Okay, so that's the things to keep in mind once you get it done.
Okay,
And
but if I didn't care about those points and I didn't put anything in the range and only move the screen entities, and then I go into coordinate file utilities and say update, or no, entities to points.
yeah,
I could just create new, I could just create new points.
you could, yeah. I mean, yeah, if all you have are these drawn entities.
Yeah, but because an entity would be the end of any line segment.
Yeah,
right?
or, well, that's an entity, that line.
Oh, if you look at look at the road here, like this thing right here, it's just little tiny pieces because,
Yeah,
so it would, everywhere there's an end.
everywhere there's a vertex,
Vertex, yeah. Okay.
yeah, so, and that's why, and it also lets you choose midpoints and radius points on that entities to points.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And if you did wanted to, like, you can make those,
I mean, so here's the deal. So in this case, I don't really care about any of this stuff, except for if I was going to go out and look for like a property corner along the railroad, and I just wanted to get a coordinate state plane after I'd moved this whole thing, I could get a state plane coordinate and then go out and look for that point.
yes.
So I don't need all the RPs, the radius points. I don't need any of that.
No.
Okay.
And so
the way we got to all this is we went out and we located the streets. And locating the streets, we got the center line. It was a convoluted process. And then that's how we found the monuments.
Yeah. But like all these parcels and stuff that you're starting to build the subdivision, but you're down here at this 0, is that your?
Yeah, well, that was an interesting one because let me see if I have a picture of that. I located that point a long time ago, maybe like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have something that
But see, I mean, what this command, John, is typically done for.
Oh, here you go. That's that corner right there. So you see there's like a nice old concrete monument.
Yeah.
Some idiot set a hub and tack, right nearby.
God.
I mean, this is so obviously stupid.
How did they get?
And like I said, like 9 and 10 were like these concrete monuments with a PK in it.
Yeah.
And then this is one. I forgot all about that. I located this, and yeah, some idiot located it and put a hub and tack there because it didn't exactly fit with whatever he thought it should. It's
How
just,
do these people get a registration?
oh yeah, well,
I mean,
whoever went before them and trained them told them to do that. Oh, you can measure better than those old guys. Well, anyway.
well, yeah, but that's not the point.
Exactly.
All right. Well, all right. So now, but like, I mean, the main point behind this command is, you're going to sit around and you're going to do stuff like, on this survey, some other details, like you can, enter deed descriptions. So you might have a stack of deeds from the courthouse, and you're just going to start arbitrarily in the middle of, 5,000 or wherever you are, and you're going to start typing those in.
Okay.
Or there's also this deed reader that you can scan the deed and it'll draw it and all that. It's a little trickier than it is worth taking the time to.
I'm sure, especially with deeds around here.
Yeah. So, yeah. And, cause I've found deeds around here that they're not even consistent.
No, my deed does not close by 35 feet.
Yeah. But I mean, not just geometrically, but I mean, for the deed reader to work, all of your, say, northeast bearings have to be like
Yeah,
and space
your basis,
number.
your basis of varying to be consistent.
Right, but sometimes you'll get in one single deed description, you'll get somebody will spell out the word north or
Oh, yeah.
east, or they'll write a degree, they'll choose a degree symbol if their typewriter had it, or they'll type out DEGRES or DEG or what have you. You get the idea.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, but this is what that's intended to do, is that you're gonna build a deed file where you've entered all of these deeds, and they can be, just willy-nilly all over the place. And you can even use that to just tie one deed into another deed, into another deed, into another deed, so you can get all of that alignment. Then you can do all that, you can do all that stuff with the align command that we saw on the edit menu.
Okay.
We gave that first point, second point stuff. Or you could, when this deed correlation is, so this whole idea is you go out in the field and you find stuff. Well, and whether that's on state plane or maybe it's on 5,000, but your deeds are on 0, then, but what it is, you say, I suspect these are the ones I want to find. And so you get into that coordinate space, and then you go out in the field and try to find those other corners, because now you've got something
Yeah.
to look for.
No, I've used a program called Net Deed Plotter. You ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That basically does the same thing.
Same kind of deal. Right.
Yep.
So,
Okay. It's been very
all right.
helpful. All right. Let me ask you this. So, okay, send me a bill for this, but also why don't you send me a proposal to maybe provide a day of training for Todd and I,
Okay.
and just whatever we think we need training on.
All righty. And I mean, part of that would also be, and I don't think you would need more than a day, because you guys know what you're doing.
I mean, Todd knows more about CAD than I do, certainly. So
Yeah, but I mean, half of these guys that I teach, that, I've got to stop and teach them how to draw a line, and they go, well, what do you mean? What's a layer? And so, because Carlson's got some really effective,
I mean, here's the difference between Todd and I is that I started out, when things were just on paper. So the CAD thing's kind of, but he never did that. He only did, auto or CAD. So we kind of have different expertise.
I got people I've trained, John, that don't even know. You see this symbol, you see where my mouse is down here?
Yeah.
You see the symbol there, that little Mitsubishi logo? You know what that is.
Right.
That's the butt end of a scale.
Right.
Well, there's people that don't even know what a scale to them is something that you weigh stuff with.
Hey, I got one sitting right here.
Yeah, I got.
Always keep it handy.
Yeah.
Metric and regular.
I've got metric, architectural, and engineering. So,
yeah.
Yep. All right. So anyway, okay. Well, I'll send you that.
Send me a bill for this and send me a proposal for like a day of training.
Okay. And like I said, that'll be now. Here's what I wanted you to do. I told you I'd send you more details because I was switching my email address. You sent it to this one at MSoft.
Yeah.
I switched this back. Here's what's up with that. When I do training or whatever for, here, let's see, we can stop